Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Young and the Restless channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit like for more daily drama updates and spoilers. Your support truly means a lot and helps our channel grow every day. Now, let's jump straight into today's exciting update.
The next 3 weeks in Genoa City promise a storm unlike anything the residents have faced in quite some time. From shocking accusations and dangerous investigations to heartbreaking medical battles, forbidden romance, and family conflicts that threaten to tear lifelong bonds apart, the weeks spanning July 6th through July 24th are filled with twists that no one will see coming. Every familiar face finds themselves standing at the edge of a life-changing moment where every decision carries enormous consequences and every secret threatens to explode at exactly the wrong time. As emotions run higher than ever, old wounds are reopened, trusted relationships are tested, and the future becomes more uncertain with every passing day. What begins as one mystery quickly spirals into multiple stories colliding across Genoa City, setting the stage for unforgettable confrontations and emotional revelations that could change countless lives forever. The first wave of chaos arrives during the week of July 6th through July 10th, as Diane Jenkins Abbott suddenly finds herself caught in a nightmare she never expected. Long before she has a chance to defend herself, Patty Williams shocks everyone by accusing Diane of nearly killing Jack Abbott. The accusation lands like a bombshell, instantly sending fear, suspicion, and confusion rippling through the Abbott family and beyond. Diane realizes that simply denying Patty's claims may not be enough, especially when circumstances begin stacking against her in frightening ways. As panic spreads, the possibility that people might actually believe Patty's version of events becomes increasingly real. What makes the situation even more dangerous is the growing influence of Dr. Lawrence Markham, whose involvement could become the deciding factor that convinces investigators to take Patty's disturbing story seriously. Suddenly, Diane isn't just fighting rumors. She may be fighting for her freedom as the walls begin closing in around her. The shocking allegations travel quickly, reaching Ashley Abbott even from afar. And the devoted sister immediately realizes she cannot stay away while Jack's future hangs in the balance. Determined to uncover the truth with her own eyes, Ashley wastes no time arranging a flight back home, driven by equal parts fear for her brother and suspicion that something far more complicated is unfolding beneath the surface. Every mile she travels only strengthens her resolve to investigate the strange circumstances surrounding Patty's accusations. Ashley knows her family better than anyone, and she refuses to let unanswered questions linger while those she loves remain under attack. Yet, as she prepares to dig deeper into the mystery, another member of the Abbott family quietly begins plotting from the shadows. Kyle Abbott recognizes that Patty may have weaknesses of her own, and instead of confronting her directly, he appears ready to launch a carefully calculated scheme that could ultimately shift the balance of power. His plan promises to be as risky as it is clever, and if it succeeds, Patty may finally find herself outmaneuvered by someone she never expected. While the Abbott family wrestles with crisis after crisis, another heartbreaking struggle continues unfolding at the Newman family estate. Nikki Newman faces an emotional battle unlike any she has endured before, as the long-awaited removal of her bandages fails to deliver the miracle everyone had been desperately hoping for. Rather than seeing the world clearly again, Nikki may discover that darkness still surrounds her, leaving her overwhelmed by disappointment and fear about what her future now holds. Losing her sight is more than a physical hardship. It shakes her confidence, steals her independence, and forces her to confront painful uncertainty every single day. Watching Nikki struggle becomes almost unbearable for those who love her most. Yet her family refuses to surrender hope. They rally around her with unwavering support, encouraging her to believe that this devastating setback does not have to become permanent. Through every difficult moment, they remind Nikki that healing sometimes demands patience, faith, and the courage to keep believing, even when hope feels painfully out of reach.
Standing firmly beside Nikki through every heartbreaking moment is Victor Newman, whose determination to protect the woman he loves remains stronger than ever. Refusing to allow Nikki to face this painful chapter alone, Victor encourages her to move back into the ranch, surrounding her with family, comfort, and the familiar place that has witnessed so many chapters of their extraordinary lives together. His decision carries emotional weight far beyond simple logistics, hinting that he may be envisioning a fresh beginning for them both. As the days unfold, Victor prepares to make an important announcement that could leave everyone talking. Whether this declaration becomes an official proposal for a genuine reunion or another bold move designed to strengthen their family remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. The future of Victor and Nikki's relationship is once again becoming one of Genoa City's most compelling stories.
As the calendar turns to the week of July 13th through July 17th, attention shifts toward another emotional crossroads, this time involving Nate Hastings. Ever since his devastating injury, Nate has struggled to accept that the operating room, the place where he once felt most alive, might no longer be part of his future. The frustration of watching his surgical career slip away has weighed heavily on him, leaving him desperate for a second chance. That chance may finally arrive after Dr. Stephanie Simmons recommends an orthopedic surgeon with promising new ideas and groundbreaking medical advancements. When Nate finally speaks with the specialist, hope begins replacing the despair that has followed him for so long. The possibility that innovative treatments could restore the use of his injured hand suddenly transforms what once seemed impossible into something worth fighting for. For the first time in a long while, Nate may finally begin believing that the career he loves is not lost forever, and that returning to the operating room could once again become a realistic dream. Elsewhere, the emotional pressure surrounding Nikki's condition begins taking an unexpected toll on Nick Newman. Watching his mother struggle every day becomes more painful than he anticipated, and the helplessness he feels starts pushing him toward dangerous choices. The stress, anxiety, and emotional exhaustion build steadily inside him until resisting old temptations becomes increasingly difficult. Nick finds himself battling not only concern for Nikki's future, but also an internal war against the lure of drugs, knowing full well how destructive that path could become. Every difficult day threatens to weaken his resolve just a little more, creating a deeply personal struggle that could spiral out of control if he isn't careful. At the same time, another complicated relationship quietly begins taking shape elsewhere in Genoa City. Matt and Phyllis finally enjoy their long-awaited first date, and what begins as a simple evening together gradually blossoms into undeniable chemistry. With every shared smile, meaningful conversation, and growing connection, the distance between them fades until it becomes obvious that something genuine is developing. Unfortunately, happiness rarely remains uncomplicated in Genoa City. As Matt and Phyllis grow increasingly close, fate places Nick in exactly the wrong place at exactly the wrong time. What he witnesses leaves him stunned as he catches Phyllis and Matt together in a situation that appears far more intimate than he was prepared to see. The sight ignites a powerful mixture of anger, jealousy, disappointment, and unresolved emotion, all crashing over him at once. No matter how much he tries to remain composed, the emotional wound cuts far too deeply to ignore. The discovery promises to become one of the biggest turning points of the month, setting the stage for explosive confrontations that are still waiting just over the horizon. By the week of July 20th through July 24th, the consequences of Nick's painful discovery finally come crashing down. The emotional tension that has been simmering beneath the surface threatens to erupt into open conflict as Nick struggles to contain his fury. It is easy to imagine emotions boiling over until fists begin flying, with Nick directing all of his frustration toward Matt in a heated confrontation fueled by heartbreak and betrayal. Desperate to protect the woman he still clearly cares about, Nick may even issue a fierce warning, demanding that Matt stay away from Phyllis altogether. Yet, events refuse to unfold according to his expectations.
Instead of remaining silent, Phyllis steps forward to defend the man she has grown close to, making it painfully clear that her feelings and choices belong to her alone. Her willingness to stand beside Matt could deepen the emotional divide between herself and Nick, creating lasting consequences that neither of them can easily escape. Amid the growing turmoil, a rare piece of hopeful news finally begins shining through the darkness. Sharon Newman receives encouraging information that she has been longing to hear, as Mariah Copeland's long-awaited release draws closer than ever before. After so much uncertainty, the possibility of Mariah walking free again fills Sharon with renewed hope and cautious optimism. If everything proceeds as expected, Mariah could regain her freedom before the month comes to an end, allowing loved ones to celebrate a deeply emotional reunion. Yet even this joyful milestone refuses to arrive without complications. Mariah's return has the potential to stir powerful emotions throughout Genoa City, particularly for Devin Winters, whose own frustrations and unresolved feelings may intensify dramatically. Instead of bringing peace to everyone involved, Mariah's release could spark entirely new tensions that ripple through the community and reshape several important relationships. As if Genoa City weren't already overflowing with emotional upheaval, another dangerous secret threatens to ignite fresh conflict before the month is over. Jill Abbott unexpectedly allows confidential information to slip into the open, and that single revelation quickly creates trouble on multiple fronts. Once the secret escapes, its impact spreads far beyond anyone's expectations, reopening old ambitions that had never truly disappeared. Billy Abbott soon finds himself consumed once again by his growing obsession with Chancellor, allowing business ambitions to dominate his thoughts and reclaim his attention. What begins as renewed professional determination soon starts interfering with the life he has been building alongside Sally Spectra. Instead of focusing on the happiness waiting just ahead, their upcoming wedding and the precious baby they are preparing to welcome into the world, Billy risks becoming distracted by the very obsession that has complicated his life before. Sally cannot ignore the shift in his priorities, and disappointment slowly gives way to frustration, as she realizes that the future they dreamed about together may no longer be receiving Billy's full attention. With emotions running high and expectations beginning to clash, Billy and Sally's relationship enters an uncertain chapter that could test the strength of everything they have built together. Their engagement, once filled with excitement and hope, suddenly faces growing pressure from outside forces, as well as Billy's own inability to let go of unfinished business. Sally desperately wants their family and future to remain Billy's greatest priority, but every step he takes toward his old fixation creates another crack in the foundation of their relationship. The weeks ahead promise emotional confrontations, difficult choices, and painful realizations that neither of them can avoid forever. As every storyline races toward its next explosive chapter, Genoa City stands on the verge of unforgettable drama where love, loyalty, ambition, betrayal, and hope will collide in ways that leave no family untouched. The coming weeks are destined to reshape lives across the city, proving once again that in Genoa City, peace never lasts for long, and every new beginning comes with a price.